Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a clip from you from News Nation where they're interviewing Ben Hanson. He's from the Discovery Channel. Now, Ben Hanson has some footage of USOs actually illuminating the top of the ocean waters. It's quite strange. It's freaking weird, right? They always talking about UFOs going from space to air to water, and these things are going into the water without making any splash whatsoever. They're just like, boop, no splash, no nothing. Doesn't move the water or anything, which is freaking weird. Now, stay to the end because we have another footage from you too, which is from an X user by the name of Eddie Abbott. And Eddie Abbott has released some footage, some raw footage from 2008, some VHS footage, which appears to be capturing a UFO creating clouds almost to kind of like disguise what's actually up there in the sky. It's freaking weird. I want you guys to see this. It's yeah.
Guest is my first phone call when mysteries like this pop up. Ben Hanson is the host of UFO Witness on Discovery Plus and a longtime friend of the show. Okay, Ben, the video that we were just looking at, my first thought was, that's got to be divers, right? It's got to be divers with those neon lights. And then I thought, no, not at night without a dive boat. That's really dangerous. What did you make of it when you saw this?
Exactly that. I mean, I'm a master diver. There's nobody around there with a dive boat, with a dive flag, anything like that. I like to dive at night. Some people go lobster diving. It is still possible. This particular one, we haven't had time even to get out there to go check this out in the field. But you start looking at, you know, the number of sightings that people are having in these locations and you know, putting it all together, it just doesn't make sense that so many people, you know, are unable to, I don't know. The UFO thing has been, you know, always people focusing in the sky, right? And so it's kind of like now that we're shifting to USOs, a lot of people are wondering if this is a new phenomenon or not, and it really is not. You know, it's the submerged objects have been since the beginning. You know, when we started reporting, remember we had these pilots that were seeing them in the water off of Catalina, and air traffic controllers were telling us that pilots were witnessing this glow, sometimes the size of a city. You know, and so here you have this Fort Lauderdale case. It's a lot smaller, but you know, it's really hard to say whether we're looking at a natural phenomena. It's definitely not like phosphorus and algae. It's nothing like that. And it definitely doesn't explain how people are seeing the objects come up out of the water and zip out, and these huge like flaps have been going on for decades.
And then the ones that dive back into the water and don't even make a splash, which is also, it just gives the, you know, makes the hair on my neck stand on end. Again, I just want to go back to these pictures. No, okay, not divers, but is it possible? Well, first of all, have we seen any, you know, plausible explanations surfacing like, well, this could be the military testing out new technology. This could be all sorts of stuff that we're not supposed to be seeing. Could be the enemy, although I doubt the enemy wants to be seen like this. But any plausible stuff that you've seen surface?
In this particular case, we really haven't had a chance, no pun intended, to dive into it yet. But this is just an example, like I said, of something that is much bigger, where I've had numerous cases where people are telling us have been out in the boat, they've been far away from shore, which again would be much more difficult to be just divers. And they've passed over areas about the size of a football field. And it's like somebody turns on a switch and the whole thing just lights up underneath them, right? And then you mentioned the fact too that some of them, like we have the USS Omaha case caught on thermal camera, where we have this trans-medium travel where they go into the water, don't seem to disturb it, come up out of the water, sometimes in broad daylight, right? So something is traveling back and forth. You remember Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, who's been on the show before. He testified in front of Congress about a Navy program that they're calling the fast movers, right? And the fast movers, they detect and track these objects that travel faster than any torpedo should or could, you know, perhaps over 100 miles an hour. Right, and so you've got the fast ones, you have ones that kind of just linger there, huge kind of like the size of a city. These guys, I think, were really afraid because they didn't know, should we actually drive over it? What's going to happen if we do? Is it going to take us down, suck us in?
All right, you guys, this is the footage I wanted you to see from Eddie Abbott, and this was taken from 2008. Yeah, check this out. I'm assuming this is VHS footage because, anyways, you guys let me know what you think here. The quality isn't great, but certainly good enough.
I could give a little tone like, there you go. There's no clouds in the sky whatsoever. It's all by. That's funny. Look, David. David, look. Come and look at it. Look. You see it? You see them? They just materializing. Awesome. I mean, they just growing. Look, David. Look. They're getting bigger. Oh, shut up. Look, look, look. It's getting bigger. Look. You see it? Mm-hmm. It was small. I mean, look. They're just materializing out of the sky. Look. You notice how small they were? Yeah. That's amazing. There was no clouds in the sky. Look, them suckers are getting bigger. That's a mystery out here. Awesome. Awesome. Let me see if I can get him in from right here. Okay, let's see my little doggy. There were no clouds in the sky. No clouds whatsoever. And all of a sudden this little something just started getting bigger and bigger. And I'm gonna show the rest of the sky. And there's no clouds in the sky whatsoever. It's except for that one. It got big. All of a sudden, there's no other clouds in the sky. It's just crystal clear. Crystal clear. And this is where the object was there the other day that I videotaped. Those are the dogs that I feed early in the morning. And there's a cloud up there. Hay una nube where that object was the other day. It's a mystery. It's forming right there where the object was. And as you can tell, there's no other clouds in the sky by, just the cloud itself. There it is. And I'll put my hand in front of it. Yeah, there's my hand. See? There's a cloud and it's forming right there where that UFO was the other day. I don't know what it is. You guys, if you want to criticize it, you want to say something, I don't care. I know this is the same spot that I videotaped a UFO the other day. Somebody criticized that I didn't talk too much or freak out. Well, here it is. I'm freaking out now. I'm videotaping a cloud all by itself on the same spot that the UFO was 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay, guys, that's it for that one. Now, if you ask me about that end video that I want you guys to see with the cloud that looks as though it's kind of hiding a UFO, for example, I think that's what he was getting at. Just like a lot of you guys know how clouds are created, right? Hot air meets cold air, and then, condensation, and then it forms a cloud. To me, it's a possibility that where he was looking up, there was a cluster of warm and cold air, and a cloud formed. The only thing that makes this video kind of anomalous to me is that he's saying, if we go strictly off what he's saying, the next day, he says that cloud formed again in the same exact spot. Okay, that might be, something to question right there for sure. But I'm no meteorologist. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm just a guy that's curious about UFOs and wants to know more about it. So with that being said, I'll bring this full circle right back to you. What do you think? Do you think like what I think? You think it's just a cloud? It is an older video, so obviously the quality isn't great. Like I said earlier, I mean, it's good enough, you know, but it's not great. But let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts and your impressions. And you guys, as always, please like and subscribe to the video. And guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.